Welcome back to Champions. Tennisics is the best resource for the most potent, raw, and exciting tennis news worldwide. If you believe you have already seen drama, fasten your seatbelts because what we are going to make a revelation that will rock the basic underpinnings of the tennis world. We aren't only discussing a poor decision or a furious dispute. We are discussing the most contentious disciplinary measures throughout the history of the activity. We're doing a huge concert for you right now. We are delving deeply into the scandal in which everyone from Manila to Melbourne is screaming for justice. We're discussing the formal announcement that has just leaked about the chair True, the umpire, and her extraordinary penalty after a live match notoriety. However, that's not all. We are monitoring the unabated ascent of Alex Eala, a Filipino celebrity, as she ignores the debate and gets ready to overrun the courts in two of the biggest competitions in her career. We'll obtain unique information on the WTA 125, the enormous Philippine Women's Open, the Abu Dhabi Open's wildcard upgrade, as well as the amazing supporting cast of Filipino warriors accompanying her on the primary stage. You don't want to miss not a single second of this story. Thus, prior to we begin, hit the like button, click subscribe, and ring the bell, so you are always the first to find out when the world of tennis erupts. Let's now get into the insanity. Let's not play around. The bush. We must discuss the headline that is really powerful, the current news cycle. In a formal announcement that has caused a stir via the ITF and WTA headquarters, referee Orly Trude, a seasoned official who has sitting on the chair for some of the largest matches worldwide, has been given what is regarded as the most severe punishment in history of tennis. Yes, you heard correctly. This is not a smack on the wrist. This is not a penalty. This is the nuclear choice. As per the official only a few hours ago, Trude has been approved after a number of professional transgressions and disputes that are directly connected to her officiating the crucial game between the pride of the Philippines and Alex Eala and Alicia, the American powerhouse Parks. The inquiry found that Trude was accountable for flagrantly robbing Alex's chance to score Eala. A mistake so grave, so unquestionably that it really changed the contest's momentum. For those of you who saw the game, you are aware of precisely what we are discussing. That there was a noticeable tension. Eala was graded a WTA number 49, a career high, was engaged in combat nail and tooth. Although she was in the zone, then the discussion began. As we having already seen poor decisions, the official ruling implies that this was more than just human mistake. The expression stealing a scoring opportunity suggests a degree of carelessness or even prejudice that the governing bodies were just unable to disregard. The choice to punish Trude is historic. We have never previously seen a chair umpire of her size with a face like harsh punitive measures for a match play scenario. It confirms what there were thousands of supporters yelling in the stadiums, with millions of people typing on social media. Alex Eala was taken advantage of. Moreover, while the match's outcome is still in effect, this punishment acts as confirmation for the young star from the Philippines. It transmits a message that the sport's integrity must be prioritized, and no official, no regardless of expertise, is superior to the regulations. But for a moment, let's be honest. Does this repair the harm? Alex Eala is a combatant. She doesn't provide justifications. However, when you are struggling to climb the ranks, each point, each game, and every game counts. To possess a real chance to score was stolen. Away by the individual employed to guarantee equitable play is a tough pill to take. There are a lot of rumors in the tennis world that this punishment might result in a total reform of the way officials are assessed. If an experienced person like Trude nobody is safe if you fall this hard. This is people, take note. The eyes of the world is watching, and incapacity will be accepted no longer. Now, if you believe that this dispute ruined Alex's, you obviously don't know Alexa spirit. Although the boardroom suits where Alex made an oral decision about destiny, returning to what she does best to work. We must discuss this young woman's personality. The majority, after participating in a game, players that contentious would take a vacation. To voice their complaints, they would go on a media tour. They would pout, not Alex. She prepared her bags, departed from the commotion, and took off directly back to Manila. And allow me to say the response she got was a hero's welcome, nothing less. Thus, the lineup is beginning to take form. Eala, Alex, Elizabeth, Kay and Amina, Tenny and Midis against the globe. Ambar stands up for Filipinas. It will be emotionally charged. It's moving gonna be noisy, and it will be historic. By the way, Eala and MINS are recently won a bronze medal at the 33rd Thailand hosted the Southeast Asian Games last December. They possess chemistry, they have momentum, and they are proud of the country on their shoulders. The attraction this Saturday is the ceremony, the same day as the qualifications begin. By the while you view this, we may already know who they are up against. However, there's no denying that nobody wants to draw Alex Eala in the first round in Manila. That group will be deafening. But hold on, there's more. Should you believe that the Philippine Women's Open was Alex Eala's sole significant news, reconsider. We just got proof of a significant advancement about her February itinerary. Officially, Alex Eala will attend the WTA 500 New Bay Abu Dhabi Open. Now, this is the juicy portion. At first, Alex was given the qualifying draw with a wild card. That is typical for a guy who is rated around 49 in a WTA 500 tournament that was packed. However, it is evident that the tournament organizers have been observing. They've observed her ascent. They have seen the Eala effect on social media and ticket sales involvement. And maybe, just maybe, they saw the oral truths and justice controversy and chose to give the child a take a break. The competition has officially declared that Alex Eala has been upgraded. She's not in the qualifying. The first wild card is her, entering the main draw. People, this is big. In a WTA 500, missing the qualifying means a cheater. It conserves energy. It ensures ranking points and places her right into the forefront in opposition to the world's top players. Additionally, when I say the best, I mean the ultimate. Elite. Let's examine the area she's entering. We're discussing the 2020 Tokyo and the reigning champion, Belinda Bencic, an Olympic gold medalist. We are discussing the icy ace, Alina Rybakina, machine number 5 on the WTA. We are discussing the previous global number. Second, Paula, the formidable woman. This isn't the minor leagues, no more. This is the huge. The Open in Abu Dhabi is planned for January 31st until February 7th. Thus, Alex has a vicious timetable. She performs in the Philippine Women's Open to January 31st, after which departs for Abu Dhabi right away. It's a quick turnaround. It's an examination of her fitness, her resilience, and her logistics group. However, see who else is during the draw. Several of Eala's previous there are rivals and peers. Yelena Openko is a powerful hitter who can on her day blow everyone off the floor. Claren and Victorio are emerging talents who from the junior circuit, Alex is well versed. Not to mention another fan, the Canadian Filipina is a favorite. Leylah Fernandez is a superstar. Are you able to consider a possible clash between Alex in Abu Dhabi, Eala, and Leylah Fernandez? The internet would go down. Filipino admirers, people would go insane all across the globe. Two athletes that are of Filipino descent, both lefties, are ardent rivals. Competing on a hard court in the Middle East, it's our ideal match. Have all been anticipating. Now let's take a step back and consider what this is all about. MINS. The golden era is upon us of tennis in the Philippines, and it is being solely motivated by this 20-year-old phenomenon. Consider this, she's under strain. She simply turned 20. She is carrying 110 people's hopes, millions of people. Every defeat is examined closely. Every victory is honored, similar to a national holiday. Additionally, she now has to handle political drama, such as the oral truth controversy. However, observe how she takes care of it. She doesn't break. She returns to the court. The reality that she is participating in consecutive competitions, a gathering at home to thank her supporters, immediately succeeded by a high-stakes WTA 500, demonstrates her aspirations. She isn't content to be in the top 50. She desires top 20. She's aiming for the top 10. The improved Abu Dhabi's wildcard is an indication of reverence. The International Tennis League, the community acknowledges Alex Eala as a star. Butts are placed in seats by her. She increases participation, but more significantly, she can support it with the game. We observed last year, there were glimpses of it in Miami. We observed it in her first Grand Slam performance. And right now, equipped with a feeling of justice following the referee penalty and driven by the affection, she poses a threat to her home crowd. I wish to return to the oral toot news for a while since I don't think people are aware of the importance of this. When it comes to officiating tennis, a code of silence is in place. Umpires seldom receive public criticism. Usually, penalties are handled behind shut doors. for the governing body to declare the most severe punishment in history for pilfering a point opportunity is a change in perspective. It implies that they possess video proof, audio proof, as well as possibly an admission of guilt that demonstrates this wasn't a mishap. Was it a personal grudge? Was it a brief moment of insanity? We may never fully understand why you followed her lead, but that the outcome is obvious. This proves the team of Alex Eala. There undoubtedly were contentious conversations behind the scenes. Letters were undoubtedly written, and for when the small guy prevailed, the player won. This triumph off the court is simply as significant as any victory on it. It absolves Alex of guilt. She is aware that she was correct. She is aware that she won. That chance due to her own failure, but due to an outside force that is no longer present. That this level of mental clarity is risky for her rivals. She's having fun with their fresh start. Here are your viewers then. Guide for the upcoming 2 weeks. It is moving to be constant action. January 26th to on January 31st, the Philippine Women's Open at the Rizal Memorial, WTA 125 Manila Tennis Center. The principal actors Tenny Matis K and Alexa are worth watching, and Elizabeth Abarc, Amina, and international celebrities such as Tatana Maria as well as Wang Senu. The plot. Is Alex able to become the first woman from the Philippines to win a WTA title at home? Will one of the other wild cards in the area pull off a run like Cinderella? The environment will be like a daily Davis Cup match. There will be screaming fans, drums, and much more. A feeling. Next, from January 31st to on February 7, the Mubadala Abu Dhabi WTA 500 in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. Alina is among the stars in the field. Ryaikina, Paula Badosa, Belinda Benek, Yelena Ostapenko, Leila Fernandez, and Alexa, of course. The plot here, how is Alex going to manage the rapid move to Abu Dhabi from Manila? Who, in the first round, will she draw? Using the wildcard upgrade, she stays clear of the qualifier's wariness, but she leaps directly into the Shark Tank. This is a win. Against a top seed would help her ranking even higher, possibly breaking into the top 40. Keep your eyes open. Anticipated a possible matchup with Fernandez conflict in Abu Dhabi or an Eala versus Mighty's battle in Manila. These international conflicts are always intense. Let's discuss Tenny Mides in more detail. Due to the fact that she is more than a participant, she is a potential customer. Growing up in the shadow of the Eala phenomenon, Mides has been silently forging her own route. Recognized for her tough baseline style, and she's a clay court with amazing footwork. Expert who modified her game for the hard courts. Her most recent bronze performance at the SEA Games demonstrated her mental development. Receiving a wild card, here is evidence of her diligence in the trenches of the ITF. Keep an eye out for her forehand. It is surprisingly heavy. The Amina and UAP MVPK offer a distinct, somewhat of an edge. For our global viewers, the UAP is the top association for collegiate athletes in the Philippines. Taking over that league calls for a different kind of toughness. You're competing for the pride of your school, with pupils and beating drums yelling. Amina is accustomed to the commotion. She does best in environments that are chaotic. She is a dark horse in this because of this competition. She has no fear of the moment. Putting her in the main draw was a brilliant decision made by the organizers. Because she brings that fan from college base with her. She was previously mentioned. However, Leila Fernandez's significance, the draw in Abu Dhabi, cannot be exaggerated. The finalist for the 2021 US Open has a sizable fan base in the Philippines because of her ancestry. Her game stealing the ball and eroding pace, that bold, left-leaning inventiveness resembles Alex Eala's in certain aspects, but with additional touring experience. If they cross paths, it will be a masterclass in tactics. It will be the lefties' battle, and it will be a must-watch TV show. A brief history lesson for our audience. The Resolution, the Memorial Sports Complex, is a landmark. It has played host to the Beatles, a significant sporting events, and the WTA at last. The particularly, courts have resurfaced for this occasion. The court's speed is said to be moderately slow, which actually gives preference to players such as Eala and Matis, who enjoy making points instead of merely serving botting. The Manila's humidity will also be an element. European athletes from the winter may be difficult due to the local girls are enjoying the tropical heat. Substantial physical advantage. We're living during a unique period for tennis in Southeast Asia. For many years, the area was a somewhat peaceful area on the main tour. However, with athletes like Alex Eala, the world is taking the lead. Take note. The competitions are approaching, the sponsors are arriving, and the victories are arriving. The orally true controversy will be a dark moment, a footnote in history that eventually resulted in a more equitable and clean athletics. However, Alex's ascent is the headline. That is the narrative that will be passed down through the generations. She has the game. She is tough. She possesses the crowd, and she is now justice. I'd like to hear from you, tennis family champions. How do you feel about the punishment imposed? To twit or rally? Was it too severe or is it long overdue? Additionally, what are your forecasts for Alex Eala in Manila and Abu Dhabi? Will she present the trophy at home? Is she able to defeat Ryakina or Benik in the United Arab Emirates? Give up making predictions. In the remarks section below, I perused just one of them. If you intend to the Reza Memorial to observe the games, tell us. We would like to view your pictures, as well as videos. This is a crucial time. Don't merely observe history. Instead, act as a sum of it. Encourage the players, the sport, and maintain it securely in this place. If you liked this in-depth exploration of please smash the biggest tennis news, that button. It is very beneficial to the channel expand and allow us to provide you with more exclusive information. Sign up for if you haven't already, Champions Tennis, and enable those alerts so you don't miss any breaking news. We'll be covering each game, each point, and each dispute as Alex Eala takes on the entire world. Until the next time, maintain your keeping an eye on the ball and your enthusiasm for the game in progress. It's Champions Tennis. I'm signing off. Filipino music astonishment. Thrilled. For some people, I